a phenomenon that I experience where it's when you don't when you don't uh, when you don't expect a woman uh, to just take a deep breath with me. I want us to really focus in on this. All right, just a breathing, a breathing. All right, breathing. And what I want to do is I want to say that it's like going into a place and not feeling like being able to look at women's bodies and admire them, but not feel like hoping that one of them likes you. Just being 100% of a masculine force, like not wanting any sexual attention from her to you, but just not. It's kind of a fine line between caring about her and but not caring about what she thinks, because a lot of women will what will they do? They'll dishonor their sacred place, their womb, where they're supposed to use it to do what? To grow a child, or at least to maintain a sense of spiritual connection with themselves. And men too. For men, it's an external thing. It's men giving their money to a woman and treating that woman like a wife, even though she doesn't pledge sexual exclusivity to her, and remembering that it's not about sexual intercourse. It's about oral sex being performed on the woman, because to me that's a more meaningful and important act, and it's like it goes beyond just the animal desires, and it enters into this just a worship and celebration of what a woman is. She's a flower. And so, but the only way to experience that is to be a a man. And so we have to choose as men to be men, and we have to, it's kind of like this. It's like you're so solid in your values that you would never want to be with a woman if she didn't have the same values as you, or agreed to be in a marriage together and promote those values. And I can say that myself. I can say it so far as to say that, for example, even at the end of the world, I wouldn't want to impregnate a woman, because it's not a loving energy, to just be near a woman that you're not willing to marry and commit to and treat like a wife. If it was just down to an emergency situation, I would want to not have sex, but rather artificially inseminate her with, obviously after ejaculating, and then give it to her, and she could put it in her vagina. And this is the reality, guys, the biology of things. And it's also a reality that a lot of women do what? For example, in New York City, more African American women, the more African American kill their children. There's a higher ratio of abortions to actual births of African American children. Just to cite an example of the raw reality of things. And another reality is, for some reason, a lot of guys think a woman has to be, a lot of times women they're not into intimacy. So, but they I'm sure they're always into being orally pleasured, but I'm saying they're not always into the man just, jackrabbit, effing her. And so, the bottom line is this, guys. People looking at other people, and it's like, is that your wife? And then it's a simple thing of that's not your wife. You know what I mean? Like, if I see people walking by, not that I would say this to everyone, but I might say, is that your wife? Or, you guys are not married, right? And I think people don't really think about it. Like, you're partially committed to each other, and you're treating it like a job. Like, you're not fully committed to the job. You're just doing it for now, until you can get a better job, or maybe if you make some more money, and then, or get healthier, and somehow can attract somebody else, or someone you think is more appealing to you. So, but that's why it's half-hearted, because there's a possibility that it might, and in a bigger worldview, it's like, I say to people who are not married, like, do you want heartbreak? Do you want to break someone's heart? Are you looking for drama? If not, then why are you engaging in all of that, right? So, I'd like to suggest a path to love, and that is that it's just a path of building towards your future spouse. And even if you never end up meeting them, it's the principle of the process, and that's what makes us who we are. That's what makes us happy, and joyous. And I consider myself to be that, and that's because I'm cultivating that frequency of love, that frequency of self-love, that frequency of not wanting to manipulate or seduce any woman, even if it was somehow in my ability to do so, because maybe a woman had some romantic interest in me, or I had enough money to to somehow appeal to her biology of wanting a protector and financial backer. So that's kind of where we are. It's like, that's where we are. And this has been a brief stream because I'm gotta get some rest, but please consider viewing some of the previous streams. I've got a lot of packed together content there for you to enjoy about every topic, from women, how they're thinking, to steps to the process of marriage, to examples of misbehavior. In fact, there's one example I'd like to give. This one. It's this particular one. I'm not gonna play it, but I'm just gonna show you here. It's called Michael Knowles, and this is the Best of the Whatever podcast. So I found some good insights there as terms of people debating on interesting subjects like abortion, or like subjects like, should people have premarital intimacy? And remember to imagine brilliant white light shining down on all your problems, and everyone you dislike, imagine them happy. Aloha.